This week I've been driving the 2024 Subaru WRX, and while the WRX over the years is known for its rally performance and its performance models, this is an all-new trim, the TR. Let's get into it. All right, before we dive too far into this one, let's quickly talk about the different trims available for 2024. You have the base trim, obviously, as your base. You have a premium, a limited, and then this all new TR trim. And then at the top of the line is the GT trim. And the TR is a performance trim, so you get a lot of goodies. Let's go ahead and start with the exterior design, and we'll talk about the special things you get here with the TR. Starting off on the outside, let's talk about this paint color. It is called WR Blue Pearl. And quite frankly, if you're gonna get a Subaru in any color besides black, white, this is a great color to get. This latest generation WRX has a wide body design, offering an aggressive stance and bold look. At the front, the Subaru signature hexagon grille is paired with a compact headlight design and broad front hood scoop. Prominent character lines across the front sides and rear of the vehicle further emphasize the sports sedan's strength and performance capabilities. The rear deck lid has an integrated low-profile rear spoiler, matching the vehicle's body color, in this case, that WR Blue Pearl. And of course, we've got full LED headlights, LED fog lights, and our rear LED taillights are designed to glow and look reminiscent of volcanic magma. For the TR trim, we get the 19-inch alloy wheels with high-performance tires. You also get a Brembo high-performance braking system. And thanks to that TR trim, we have revised suspension with stiffer springs and returned dampers, which we'll talk more about as we drive this thing. The wheelbase of the WRX is 105.1 inches. The full length is 183.8 inches. Height is 57.8 inches, and the width is 71.9 inches. So opening up and looking at the trunk here, there's nothing too special to talk about. You do get 12.5 cubic feet of cargo capacity, which is decent enough. You don't get a hatch version of the WRX anymore. You only get the trunk. So it's the same between all trims. The only gripe I would have is it doesn't appear to have a spare tire back here. So if that's something that concerns you, just take note. Under the hood is a 2.4 liter Boxer dual overhead cam intercooled turbocharged engine. This delivers 271 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 258 pound-feet of torque from 2,000 to 5,200 RPM. All of this is matched up to a 6-speed manual transmission here in this TR trim. All right, guys, we're here in the driver's seat of the WRX TR, and the interior here is really nice. It is specific to this trim level, including these Recaro seats. This is the black ultra suede interior, so there's lots of suede materials. You get red stitching, carbon fiber-like accents on it. But the thing I want to focus on really quickly are these Recaro seats. The driver's seat is actually a power adjustable seat, which is really great for having a Recaro seat. The bolstering here is really tight. I'm a bigger guy, I'm 6'1", again, a little bit wider. My back and shoulders fit fine here in the back. The bottoms of the seat are a bit tight for my legs and waistline. So if that's something you're at all concerned about, definitely get in this thing, sit down in it, see how comfortable it is. The longer I've been in it, the more comfortable I've gotten with it, but it is a bit difficult to get in and out of, and it did start hurting a bit for longer trips on my legs. Something to take note of if it's a vehicle that you're interested in. But let me turn you around and show you the rest of the interior here. All right, we're gonna start by kicking it on. It is a push button start, obviously. It's a manual transmission, so you gotta have the clutch in and the brake on. Kick it on, you can see everything come into life, all the dings. And you can see the new 11.6-inch touchscreen display that we have here and that we've seen in other Subaru vehicles that we reviewed recently. While it's not the most beautiful system, I think this is a really decent system. It's decently enough responsive. You've got the things that you would be interested in, including Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. We've got navigation built in. You can dig into some info for the vehicle including driving statistics. Again, I think a really good system, a nice touchscreen. That does mean that pretty much all your buttons are touchscreen buttons. You do have a couple of physical controls here, but the majority of things that you're gonna do here are on the screen. Below that screen, you do have connectivity. You've got USB type A and C, and it kind of shows you the amount of amps that these push for charging, which is a cool thing a lot of Subarus do. And then an accessory charger over here as well, a little cubby. Moving back, we do have that manual shifter here. Reverses all the way over. You've got to pull up this little thing to get it all the way over and down, which does bring up a backup camera here. Then you got some cup holders, another little cubby, and a console. Decent size, but not really big. And then an actual physical parking brake here that you have to pull up. Moving to our steering wheel, Subaru calls this the D-shaped steering wheel. Basically a flat bottom. You do get some carbon fiber look right here. You've got physical buttons on your steering wheel for the normal stuff that you would get on a steering wheel. And then our driver information, you've got 2 analog gauges and a digital screen in the middle, which can be thumbed through here with some buttons on the steering wheel. Another thing that you get that's specific to this TR trim is actually a sunroof delete. So you would get a sunroof on other trims, but this one deletes that sunroof because it reduces the weight up here and makes the whole frame more rigid, which all improves handling and the overall sportiness of this TR trim. With that, that's a quick overview of the interior. If there's anything else that you want to know, ask in the comments and I'll try to answer them if I remember exactly what you're talking about. With that, let's go ahead and get this thing out on the road. So the all-new WRX TR isn't just a sports compact car, it's a thrill ride waiting to happen. With its rally-inspired heritage and performance-focused design, the WRX TR delivers an exhilarating driving experience that leaves a lasting impression. That 2.4-liter boxer engine, turbocharged, intercooled, 271 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque, has the power to conquer any road with confidence. Of course, it's paired with this 6-speed manual transmission, which just enhances the driving experience for any enthusiast. The WRX is a good-looking vehicle. It's got a nice interior, which we already went over, but the real magic comes when you put this thing out on the road, especially when you push it. Whether tackling twisty back roads, navigating through urban streets, or hitting a Texas highway, the WRX works fine in every scenario. And thanks to the symmetrical all-wheel drive system and these Bridgestone Potenza tires, the TR offers exceptional grip and stability, even in challenging conditions, which we had a ton of rain during the time of me driving this and reviewing it, and never once did it feel like I was going to lose control, even pushing it in really wet surfaces. Despite the performance, the TR doesn't sacrifice too much comfort for speed. The engineers have tried to stick to a perfect balance between stiffness and ride quality, and while it was a bit bumpy for my wife, for me alone driving this thing, I had no issues on pretty much every road surface that I drove it on. It is stiffer than most compact sedans, but that really comes into play once you start pushing it, and it's not terrible. Let's test out a quick 0 to 60 on this back closed off road. Dead stop. This is going to depend on me shifting well, but let's go. Ready? Set, go. $60. I'll have to see how that was in the edit, but not the quickest with the shifting and all that. And the best praise I can give it is that the TR is not just another trim of the WRX. It's really an experience. They really pushed for something special here, and I think that they delivered on that. But with that, let's go ahead and talk about price, and we'll start wrapping this thing up. All right, guys, after that drive, let's quickly talk about the price, and then we'll jump out and start wrapping this thing up. So the very base that you can get, the base WRX with the 6-speed manual transmission, is just over $30,000. The premium and the limited are $35,000 to $37,000. This one, the all-new TR, starts around $41,000. And our full MSRP with destination everything on this, because there's no real added packages that you can add here, is just over $42,000. So what do I personally think about that? Well, let's jump out and I'll give you some of my final thoughts. All right, so after a full week of driving the all-new WRX TR, let me give you some of my final thoughts and we'll start wrapping this up. First off, if you're looking for a WRX at all, getting the performance version of it should be a no-brainer. This is a very capable, very good package. That 6-speed manual transmission, the Recaro seats, the braking package, the suspension, all in the same wraps as a WRX with the looks. I think they've really nailed it, hit it out of the park with this one for the price. Obviously, if you want even more, you can jump up to that GT. There is no STI version these days, or a version that's even more powerful, so you kind of get what you get these days. But with the WRX being its own performance brand over being a version of the Impreza, I think it's a really great overall vehicle no matter what trim you get. Obviously, there's great competition out there. Not all of them have the all-wheel drive focus that Subaru has, but if you're looking for a performance sedan, there are actually quite a few options these days, from the Elantra N to the new Civic Type Rs, Type S. But I'm really a fan of Subaru. Usually my biggest gripe on Subarus are the interior quality. They've been doing a great job here recently in this one with those Recaro seats again. Really great interior. Tech is on point with the big touch screen. They've been doing a lot of great stuff. The new EyeSight system and all the stuff you get there. I didn't really use it as much this week with this vehicle because a performance vehicle I don't think is as important to get some of that stuff, but it's always nice to have. So again, if you're in the market for something like this, I think this is a great trim. The WRX is a great platform. With that, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the WRX TR. Subscribe to the channel if you're into automotive reviews. We do a different one every week. You should also go check out txgarage.com, where we've got a lot of written reviews as well as event and news coverage from a lot of great authors over there. Really worth checking out. But with that, that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching.